everybody, and welcome to the Hall of the DemiGods. Today, we have something in store for you as Session 0 hits tonight. To start off, we are going to go over a couple classes. Well, actually, we won't do classes tonight. We'll do names, and we'll let you figure out what they are as we go. So tonight, we have with us Daisy Bloom.
Hello.
We have with us Juno.
Howdy, everybody.
We have with us Akira.
Hi.
And we have Beckett.
Hello.
All right. So let's start off strong. Akira and Beckett, you guys got a weird invitation in the mail. Come one, come all. Join us near. Do you have what it takes to be the next star or the next brave to walk this earth? Now, since you guys are best friends and you know each other for a long time, you guys have decided to take up residence together. Now, what do you do?
Back. Some weird letter came in the mail. It's talking about being a star or the bravest person. What do you think we should do?
I guess let's do it.
Fine. See if you can find the address on this. I'm working on your next tattoo.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of look at it and be like, it's right there, in front of your face. It's right there.
I have my sketchbook in front of my face. The letter is over there, so I don't know what you're looking.
Well, I guess we're going. So put the sketchbook down and let's go.
Fine. She's gonna get off the couch and head towards the door. Come on.
So you both rise from your seats. One slightly irritated Akira, and one curious Beckett. As you march forth. The journey takes not but 3 hours. And when you arrive, you see a rather eager character standing at this big wooden sign that says, "Welcome to camp." As you look upon this character, you see the golden locks, the antlers, the blue eyes that you can see from a mile away that glisten with the sun. Her dress flowing elegantly into the wind. So, what do you two do?
I'm gonna approach.
And Akira's just kind of look at her funny and wonder if she's high because the antlers. She's never seen anybody with antlers before, so she's gonna be like, "Are these real?"
So, out of the blue, the fields have been kind of empty for a while. You see two people emerge over the hill, and one begins to walk towards you, but you kind of see one, like, cock their neck and study you for a moment. And then they begin to approach. And finally, they near you. Akira, as they get close, looks at you and says, like, "Are those real?"
I'm gonna get up really close and personal. Oh my god, are you dead? You look dead. Are you okay? Let's be friends.
Dead
Let's
on
just do it. Hi.
Well, hi. That was
Hi.
kind of rude. But
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
anyway, we followed this invitation thingy. So me and my best friend Beck are here, or whatever this is.
Hi. And why are you guys here? You come to party? Really? You don't look like a party type.
So Beck, being the shy, standoffish one, is just gonna look at you and be like, "You're really pretty."
Oh my goodness, I get that a lot. Thank you. Do you guys want to come in?
With you anywhere.
And you?
I guess. If he goes, I-O.
I love that attitude.
So as you guys are having this conversation, and Daisy is being over the top colorful for you guys, you see an interesting character approach. Kind of grumpy looking. Big old teeth sticking from his mouth as he walks down the hill. When the character approaches, he says,
He's gonna kind of give them like a dirty look.
And he's gonna go,
Move out of my way. Come on. Keep it going. Let's go. Come on. I would like to get to this destination on fucking time. You're wasting my time.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, who the fuck are you talking to?
The dumbass looking deer bitch. That's who.
You will take you down the stairs and laugh.
he kind of gives her like a little bit of a glare, and he goes,
You know what? Fuck you, bitch.
and can I roll intimidation? Can I intimidate her? I can't read that what that means. Can I? Yes, no. Just shake
Yeah.
your head, yes or no.
You can roll intimidation. Maddox and Onyx, you guys feel free to jump in on this.
Oh, well, you were just like, we're all like, but Akira's gonna like be taken aback and just be like, "What the fuck is your problem?" She's just trying to welcome everybody.
Juno is just going to turn to Akira and go,
And you can just mind your fucking business. I'm trying to get my destination. She's in my way, and so are you guys. So how about you guys just fuck off?
I'm gonna roll my intimidation now.
Honestly, you really don't have to be here.
Don't be intimidating nobody. A 9. Maybe I need to not.
So as this bickering goes on, you guys hear the stomps of hoofs nearby. Kind of like a rattle, over and over again, real fast. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I pick Beckett.
What is that
What do you-
noise? What is happening?
I don't know. I think I'm high.
Honey, we know you're high. It's okay.
Akira, you hear Beckett ask this question. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna peek, like stretch myself as far as my body can go because she always kind of walks kind of slouched, like everything is just annoying. So she's gonna straighten up and go from like 5 foot nothing to like 6 foot, and looking over this little deer lady to see what's going on.
Do you need a boost? I can gladly help.
I'm okay. I can
You-
do it on my own. Thanks.
You don't look that tall.
And neither do you from down there.
All I can see is your big ass forehead.
And I can see the bald spot starting on the top of your head.
That's dealing with you. That's called stress.
Well, if you keep talking to me like that, I can make it an even bigger spot.
Or you can disappear and make us all happy.
And with that, she's just gonna push her chest out and fucking knock her in the head. Fucking titty to the face.
Before this happens, the clopping of hoofs approach. And you guys see this wise-looking, majestic man horse. He walks forth and stops in front of you, standing well over 8.5 feet tall. His coat made nothing of pure white. His manes on his tail a pure black. He looks down and says, "Welcome, campers. Have you brought your proper attire?"
What attire? We
What
just
proper
have-
attire?
He says, "Why, none of you brought gear? Clothes, weapons, shield, armor."
I brought good look.
Available.
He says, "Oh my." He says, "Oh my." He says, he looks over at Becky. He's like, "Oh." He goes to reach for your goggles.
Smack his hand away.
He holds his hand back. And he's like, "Dear adventurer, I know what you are. You're not the first to hide.
You may know what I am, but no one else does. Quiet.
Come time, you will share."
Maybe.
He looks down. He looks down to Juno. He says, "My, oh my, why do you look so grumpy? Do you need food? Do you need ale? Do you need some sleep? Like, what is wrong with you?"
Do you need mental stability? Do you need a fucking therapist for you asking that dumbass question?
He says, "Oh, I see why an invite got sent to you. Don't worry. It'll be handled soon."
Clearly a mistake. I agree.
Oh, He reaches over with his hand and goes to pet your face. He says,
No.
look, Daisy. I know all of you personally. You got invited for your self-loathing, your inability to look out for others.
Well, that's me.
Yeah, it is. Which is why you're here. You see, you're all here for a reason. Beckett has something hiding. Juno has severe anger.
Ooh.
I'll
Daisy,
show you anger.
severe self-loathing and anguish.
Self-confidence. But you can say whatever.
And Akira, the sense of attitude of your people's leaving you. Your father in particular, almost. Or was it your mother? Soon we'll find out.
Ooh.
He says, now, there's a ceremony in roughly an hour's time. I want you to go introduce yourself to other campers. Find your camp. For soon, you'll understand the true meaning behind all of this. Dinner is in a couple hours after the ceremony, where you will have one feast before the training begins. I highly suggest you get to it. Now don't let me hear any problems out of you. I have no trouble getting rid of you. He says, ta-ta. And he stomps off. Let's start at the top. Beckett, questions, comments, concerns, things you'd like to say.
Or like, this man knows who I am. I don't know why I'm here. He says I'm hiding something, but I'm not hiding anything. Am I hiding anything?
I don't think they're hanging.
I didn't think so.
What about you, Akira?
Why did this random ass horseman come up and not introduce himself? Like, who the fuck does he think he is?
In the distance you hear, name's Counselor Chiron. I have ears, you know.
And I probably won't remember that, so you're just gonna be horseman.
Dang it.
What about you? Oh, Juno.
Well, he's gonna look at them, all of them, and he goes, "This is just fucked up in so many levels. I don't have anger issues. I just get angry with the people that piss me off, like you guys."
Now, what about you, old Daisy? Good looking for daisies.
He's some royal pain. royal pain in the ass. He had it wrong. I say self-confident. I don't know what y'all issues are. I know you got issues, but I don't know what they are.
Wow.
All right, it's time, adventurers. Venture forth.
Let's go back. Figure this shit out.
Can you be happy for once?
We don't even know why we're here. What's there to be happy about? There's a too cheery ass bitch over here.
Maybe you should try what she's on for once.
Oh my goodness.
No.
No. Fuck no. That negativity can be left at the door and gladly take the body with.
Akira's gonna just put her hand on her face, on Daisy's face, and just shove and just walk past.
I'm biting it.
Damn!
Come on, act it out. She just bit your hand.
And in response, her hand is gonna glow because she's a witch, sorcerer, and it's just when Fireball is gonna appear in her hand and be like, "Get the fuck out of my face before I turn you into a crispy little deer meat."
I do like deer jerky. What I'm about to say is not offensive
You should be part of nature.
to you. I apologize for what I'm about to say. And I'm going to see that you are magic. And I'm going to become a humongous asshole. And I'm going to go, oh, I see you're a bitch. Sing. You know magic. Is that the only thing you know? Do you know your parents? Your friends?
Well, considering one of them is right fucking here,
I'm sorry.
and I'm sorry for what's about to happen to you.
I'm also sorry. She's always like this. I've tried.
You all need to walk forward.
Well, I can get that going. I'm gonna have them chase me in. I'm ready.
So Daisy looks at you and smiles and smacks you and then takes off running.
And I'm gonna look at it back and I'm be like, if you don't take care of this bitch, I will, and she will be dear jerky by the end of the fucking night.
Gladly. And he's just gonna flip you off and take off running.
And she's gonna be like, she's gonna turn around and look at Juno and be like, well, are you coming ugly or what?
What the fuck did you just call me?
And then he's just going to go and just like walk up to her a little heavy like, and he's just gonna start like full on. I'm gonna use intimidation and say basically go fucking to the shit. So I'm gonna roll for that. I'm not doing shit. I got a 6. Bro, my fucking luck.
So scary.
He is going to realize that he did not intimidate you and go, oh, son of a bitch, and just starts running as fast as he can.
And while everybody is gone, this is the time that Akira is going to crack a smile. And she's gonna laugh a little, and then she's gonna take off behind the others.
Realizing Akira might have found her crew. Clever. So, as you all take off running, you get into the camp a little bit more, where you start meeting people, curious mortals asking questions such as, you stop running and you feel someone touch your antlers and say, my, these are pretty! You look around, you see a goat man. Half of his body, from the waist down, is hoofs, but up top is man. He says, and wow! I didn't know you could grow things like that. They're wonderful!
Is my crew with me at this point?
They're catching up one by one.
I'm gonna nervously look around and patiently wait for my crew until I say anything to this goat man.
Beck's the first one to arrive.
I think I need someone more meaner. I'm gonna wait till.
Juno's next to arrive.
Oh, fuck it, I could take it. Someone's touching me, and I do not like it. Harassment.
She's asking for help because someone's touching her antlers.
Juno, being that she's basically being harassed, is gonna go up to the goat man and go,
Hey! What the fuck are you doing? You knock that shit out now!
and I'm gonna try to intimidate. Hopefully, 18. That's much better. Thank you.
He kind of backs down a little, and he says, I was just admiring her beauty, sir. Just like you have wonderful teeth. I bet those could chop through any steak.
Juno, kind of like doing this like mischievous grin. He says,
I wonder what ghost... Ugh!
dang it.
I wonder what ghosts taste like. I feel like it'll be very, very interesting. Maybe even, so to speak, legendary. So, if the next time you fuck with her antlers and I see it, you'll be going straight down my throat.
He says, goat's not as fabulous as you think, sir. In fact, I've had cyclops before. I've had half orcs. I would more than likely take the throat of you, throw it over a campfire, season it, and chew it.
You know what? Juno, getting really, really angry, is going to pull out his dagger and say,
You want to test it? Come on, let's do this right now. Let's
Behind
see.
you, Juno, you hear a throat clear.
Juno is just going to go,
Next time, I swear it.
and then he's going to put it away in his little belt thing that he has, and kind of give like a little side eye to the counselor guy. I'm assuming that's behind him, and he's just going to go, and just like roll his eyes and like have a little hissy fit, I guess would be the term.
Says Juno, not very kind of your behaviors. Keep it up. You'll be sat in the back lines of all the fun ceremonies happening tonight. You will participate in none.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Can I roll persuasion and explain to him that it was the like goat guy that should be in bigger trouble instead because he technically did assault. 12.
He says, buddy, that's Billy. Billy means no harm. He's simply admiring a beautiful lady he sees. So again, if you keep it up, I will have you by your tooth on a chair in the back of the ceremony doing nothing. This is your last warning.
He's just going to go and put his little finger up and he's going to say,
That's not very feminist of you. That's actually not cool at all. That you're siding with the stupid goat over me. But that's okay. I respect your decision.
What?
I actually would appreciate if he didn't touch me, because that was without approval.
I'll have a word with him, but for right now, you need to keep your friends out of trouble. One more, and you really all will be sitting down doing nothing. It's the first day of camp. Do you really want to screw it up?
Quit telling people to try us. They're testing us.
I mean, if stupid people wouldn't do the stupid shit that they do, I feel like I'd do 100% better. Like, my anger would not be angering. You know?
He says, Juno, I'm going to need you to work on controlling your tone before you try anything.
How about you work on understanding people and boundaries?
He says, whoa, hold on. As he turns his head, you follow him. And you see a crowd gathering by the camp entrance. Let's see, Juno's been talking. Let's hear from Beckett.
Does anyone know where Akira is?
He's that grouchy goddess.
You hear a cough not too far away. And you look over and you see that Akira's one thing she brought was her sketch pad, and she's sitting against a tree stump, doodling away.
There's the Death Reaper.
Well,
Wondering
if
who
you're
she
all
picked to take the stone.
If you're all finished about getting us kicked out, there is something interesting going on that way, but I guess I can put my sketchbook down.
Beck?
I guess if she goes, I have to go too. Right?
We go everywhere together, but
I want to walk past Beckett and quietly say, I still feel sorry for you.
Juno?
Juno is just going to look over at everybody that's like near each other, I guess would be the term. And he's just gonna go and be like,
You're welcome, by the way. Seeing as how no one has the common decency to say thank you.
and then he's just gonna storm off to where that whole big event is happening.
You're still alive. Did appreciate him.
As this is happening and you guys walk over, you quickly part the crowd. And standing in the middle is a young woman. She looks really injured, and Chiron is standing over her. And he looks up at you and says, quick, can any of you help?
I have mending. That would help.
Alright, Akira, take the show away.
Akira is going to part through the crowd, squeezing as quick as she can, and go, I have powers. Oh, and she's going to rub her hands together, and they're going to start to glow green as she casts mending. And then she's going to put her hands over this young woman and push as much healing magic as she can into this lady.
As you do this, a woman that was lightly breathing once starts to breathe a bit faster, her wounds sealing. And Akira, since you're so close, you hear her mutter the words, Percy, help, Percy.
Who's Percy?
He's a demigod. He has the bolt.
And where is this Percy guy?
Don't No, and falls back unconscious.
Well, she's going to scoop this girl up and start walking to camp and look horse guy directly in the face and go, Do you know who Percy is?
He says, "Why? What's wrong? Who said something?"
And she's just gonna kind of lift the girl up and be like, She told me to help him.
Oh no, Nala. No. He says, "Follow me quickly."
Gonna go as fast as her legs can go while she's carrying this girl, looking at the rest of the group as she goes by.
As you follow him, he leads you to a tent, and he says, "Set her down on the bed, quickly."
She gently, and as gently as she can, with the most relaxed face that you probably have seen on her, just sits her down and is like, Do you think she's going to make it?
It's hard telling, but right now I need you to do everything I say. It's critical.
I will do my best.
He says, "For right now, place your hands above her heart in a star formation."
She crosses her hands into this star formation and puts them directly over her heart.
You're going to get images in your head, and I need you to tell me what you see.
I will do my best.
You see the images start happening, and all at once your head tilts back and your eyes go white as you see a boy, brown haired, human like. He's carrying a literal lightning bolt. And this keeps happening over and over until you see him struck out of the sky, and a figure, glowing with green, wearing a black cape, smiles. And all at once, the last thing you hear is, "Don't forget the name Hades, boy." As he casts this green flame onto this boy and he disappears, he grabs the bolts and it looks like he looks right into your soul and he smiles. He says, "Cheer on, boy. I know you'll see me one day." I was hoping this day would come sooner. He twists the bolt around in his hand. He says, "Until then, good luck." And the visions stop all at once.
She's going to look up at the counselor and be like, Some guy named Hades, I believe, caught him in this green flame and took this lightning bolt and said he would see you soon.
He says, "Listen, I need you to return to your friends. Say nothing of this. I will handle it. For right now, you attend the ceremony with your friends, get initiated, learn about your fathers and your mothers. Right now, I have something more dire to attend. Go. The ceremony's happening in 10 minutes."
And she's going to rush out and run to her group and try to act like she didn't just see something that honestly spooked her a little bit.
Juno, you're the first to see Akira return looking so shocked, ghost-like. Like she just seemed literally a ghost.
He's gonna kind of look at her a little confused and it's like,
What the fuck is your problem? Are you okay? Like, what is this? I don't get it. What is this emotion that you're showing? This is weird. Freaking me out.
She's gonna look at him and kind of like shake herself off and try to mask the shock and the fear on her face and be like, Why do you care? Knowing that there's only one person that can tell the difference between her normal and everything else.
To be quite frank, I don't even know why I care. I just thought it would be a nice thing to do, as some people call it. I think it shows
Nice.
weakness.
Sounded like me.
Shut up!
Shut
I didn't
up.
sound like a girl.
and then she's gonna,
Wow.
and then he's just gonna spit on the
You're a
ground.
little fancy.
Why don't you just back off, you? I don't know.
So as you two are bickering, Beckett, you notice your best friend looks distraught.
What's your problem?
She's just gonna give him a look of not here.
Was it my dad again?
No, Beck. It wasn't your dad. And she just gives him that look again of not here.
We can go there. Come on.
I guess she's gonna follow behind him, kind of watching the other two as they bicker to make sure they don't see them walk off.
They do not see you.
Horseman made me suspicious. I saw this green flame dude light this random way up, and he just disappeared. Holding the lightning. I don't understand.
What did he say?
He just said, remember the name Hades?
And hearing that, Becca's just kind of back down a little bit. He knows something that nobody else knows.
You. And she's gonna look at him confused and be like, why did you shrink away?
I don't want to talk about it.
And knowing that her best friend will never open up, she just kind of nods. Maybe we should get back before they notice her.
I agree.
You guys walk back to the group, and by this time, Juno and Daisy are still arguing. Daisy, start us off. Okay, Juno, start us off.
Juno is just gonna say,
You know what? To you, I might sound a little girthy, but at least I don't look like a fucking buffoon.
Excuse me, at least I don't look like a fucking buffalo.
A buffalo is brown, you dumbass. I'm blue. Get your fucking colors straight.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Smurf.
he's just gonna look at her a little confused. He's like,
What the fuck is a Smurf? There's no such thing.
Well, I can tell you they're mean, ugly, and stupid.
Well, at least I'm not as ugly as you. Ugly-hearted. That's you.
I'm pretty on the inside and outside.
Keep telling her that, sweetheart, because you're definitely lying to yourself.
In the middle of the conversation, you guys hear a horn blown in the distance.
What the fuck was that?
Your mom.
At least he has one.
he's just gonna.
Actually, to be fair, my mom's dead.
He's just
There's
gonna.
something coming.
You know what? Let's just fucking quit this shit. I'm done with y'all's bullshit.
And then he's just gonna rush his way to where he was.
As you go to take off, Daisy grabs the back of your shirt and pulls you back.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Of your damn business. I don't even know you. Why should I know every little thing that I do? So desperate.
Juno kind of gets a little angry, actually, and just is like,
You know what? I'm not desperate enough to be around you guys. I don't want to be around you guys. I want to do what I want to do without your little input, as you would like to call it. Now, will you please let me go? Because if you don't, I might have to rip them pretty little antlers right off your fucking skull.
Alright, Juno. I told you one more warning. You're in the back. The ceremony started seconds ago. You all need to get going. Juno, you follow me.
can I deceive him? I'll say, yeah, sure, I'll go. But like, can I try to deceive him? I guess would be the term. Yeah. Right?
You can try, but I should warn you, he has certain abilities that some of these things won't work.
Can I persuade him to just give me a chance?
You can try.
Okay. Please work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. 7.
He says you will come, and he bumps you at the back of your hoofs, and you all take off walking. He forcefully makes Juno go. And, Juno, you go to open your mouth to say something, you realize your lips won't move.
He's just like cross his arms and pout.
Chiron looks at you and says, don't start with you either.
Sorry, I was just gonna say how peaceful it is when he's not talking.
It'll be peaceful when you stop talking as well.
And you too.
Says, now, anyways, on to the ceremony. He guides you all. He says, now, to some of you who have not seen your father, he sits you down, he walks down to the stage, and he stands behind the podium, and he says, welcome, campers, one of all. I'm glad all of you could make it. I'm glad all of you received your invitations. Now, for a chance to meet your parents has come. He says, one by one, I will call all of you newest members first. You'll get a brief insight of your parents and some knowledge about yourself. He pulls out a scroll and he lets it go, and it seems to roll forever behind him. And he takes his long finger and he points to the top and he says, Beckett.
I'm gonna kind of look at Akira and just stand up and I guess walk to him.
You walk down the stadium stairs to this podium. You stand in front of him and he says, Beckett, tell me about yourself.
Well, kind of been on my own for a while, so parents would be great.
He says, and what do you consider yourself?
Human.
He smiles slightly. He says, you keep that up, buddy.
Plan to.
He says, now you're a warlock, correct?
Yeah.
He drops an orb right in front of the podium and sticks it to it. He says, look into the orb, boy.
Terrifying. I'm gonna look into the orb.
You see your father, Hades, sitting upon his throne, and in a few simple words, well, if it isn't one of my offsprings.
Hi, Dad.
Says, how you been, boy?
Fine.
So you still hanging around with that no good Akira?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Here from the stands, just a flip orb off.
He says, you'll learn one day, boy. But I should warn you, you have a mission coming. Fellow camper, well, not so much camper. A demigod has gone missing. Your friend Akira knows plenty. Chiron will call for you for help. And I want you to be a good son and help. Learn to be with whatever team he sticks you with. You're one of a kind, boy. Strong yet powerful. Don't let me down.
Do my best, Dad.
He says, for fuck's sake, take the goggles off.
No. They can't know.
But they will. And when they find out, what do you think they're going to think when you've been lying to them for so long?
They can think what they want then, but for now, we keep it this way.
So be it, boy. I must be on to the next. Be gone.
He's just gonna kind of walk away and adjust his goggles a little bit and then go sit back down.
As you sit back down, Chiron clears his throat. He says, he calls off a few campers one by one. They do the same process. They meet their parents, say a couple words, and they sit back down. And then, Daisy, your eyes get locked with Chiron. He says, Daisy Bloom, please rise and march.
I won't march, but I'll skip.
As Daisy skips on down to the podium, being a little smartass as usual, He says, Daisy Bloom,
Hi.
tell me a bit about yourself.
Wonderful. How are you?
And what are you?
Great.
What are you, girl? What being are you?
Oh.
These damn nymphs never were the brightest.
Sorry.
He says, you're a rogue, aren't you? You're a bit of a sneaky, aren't you? He says, have you met your dad?
Has anybody ever?
He takes the same thing he does and he sticks the orb in the stand. He says, look into it, child.
I don't have to touch him.
Just look.
I don't want to touch your balls.
Look into the orb! You look into the orb and you see Hermes floating wistfully on his boots with wings. And he stops in his tracks and he turns around and he smiles. Well, if it isn't one of my lesser offspring.
Well, if it isn't my invisible dad that hasn't been here for a while.
I've got a job to do, darling.
And I have a life to live, and I would prefer my parents in it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to be in a child's life when she's such a smartass and doesn't care for others.
Sorry, it's hard to have a dad who doesn't give a shit about their kids that they made.
Only if your mother knew how you turned out. Look at you. Beautiful yet an ass.
Well, she seemed to figure out how you turned out because she's gone.
Good thing it was a one-night time.
Oh, God forbid.
I couldn't stand to be around you or your mother. You both are imbeciles.
Why are you here?
I was told to see you.
Ah.
Be gone. I'm done. And he floats out of the orb's view.
That was a waste of my time.
Chiron says, go sit down.
Okay.
Akira.
Gonna roll her eyes slightly and saunter her way down to the stage like it's just the hardest thing she had to do.
Looks at you and says, so, what race of you be?
I am human. Just human.
Oh, Lord. Oh, wait before I complain. Bringeth your arm.
She's gonna hold out her arm warily, like, fuck.
He looks down and he rubs his finger across and a symbol appears. A child of Aphrodite.
What do you mean? How can it be Aphrodite? My dad's the one that's gone.
Says, I don't know, child, but you're not like the others. You're part god, part mortal.
She's gonna kind of look up at the stands and make eye contact with Beck. And just kind of have that look of what the fuck.
I didn't phone in Aphrodite. I didn't expect a child of hers to be here. She rarely springs.
I mean, I can call her.
He says, honey, I don't think you know. The mother you think you have, that's not your mother.
She's just gonna kind of pull her arm to her chest and just look confused. The bitchiness fading off of her face completely.
He pulls an orb and he says, I don't have her on dial, but he holds it out and says, peer into it, child.
She's gonna glance back at Beck and then down at the orb and just gaze into it.
And there you see it. A woman so blissfully beautiful, sitting there, looking down over the world. She looks up and smiles just so slightly, and your heart sinks a little, not out of disappointment or awe, but shocked. And then the orb goes blurry again.
Are we sure she's my mom? I think she belongs with Daisy.
He says, no, child. The mark on your arm clearly states all children of Aphrodite are born with this symbol. Matter of fact, a child in Aphrodite has not been born in over 60 years.
Oh, I think
He says, child, go sit. I'll have a word with you privately later.
she's gonna start rubbing her hands anxiously as she makes her way back up to the stands.
Beck, she sits next to you, and she looks even worse than she did earlier.
What? I found out my mom's alive. What do you think?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Just gonna slug him in the arm.
Oh, that's great.
Ow. Explains the bitchiness.
You hear Chiron call, our last student of the day, Juno.
Juno, with just the evilest grin, just stomps up there, very, like, eager to be able to say something now.
You approach the stand, but as you speak, everything you say comes out nice.
Oh, that's not. This is such a lovely situation. And then he's just gonna cover his mouth and go, and just like, he looks in utter disgust that he even said it.
Just, Juno, I'm glad you've had a change of heart. He says, now, tell me what of race you be.
Well, oh, I hate this. I'm a half orc.
Just half orc. Interesting. He says, and I can tell by your angry nature that you are a barbarian. That explains so much. Your father's Ares, the god of war. He says, I have just a phone call waiting for you, boy. This ought to change you around. And he holds down a red orb. And he sticks it in the stand. He says, child, peer into it and talk.
He's just gonna go and like do a little, like, you know how like some people like twist their little feet in like a shy way? He's gonna do that and go,
Well, if you insist.
and he's gonna do what he's gotta do.
As you peer into the orb, your father appears atop of skulls littered across the battlefield, blood running rivers through the land. He stands, his cape flowing in the wind, his sword stabbed to the skulls. He says, my boy.
All I gotta say is you're bad as fuck. This is so fucking cool.
And he's just gonna do like a little.
He says, my boy, you need to listen. A war is coming to your land. If you're not careful, it could be one of the fallen. Chiron is to take care of you. But listen closely. You are to take care of him as well. He's going to stick you with a group, and that group you are to take kindly to. Treat as your brothers and sisters.
But ew.
Do not
But
butt
you're
me,
so
boy.
gross.
You will do as your father says. Do not butt.
Fine, you old man. But this is the only time I'm doing this.
He says, if you wish to sit upon a throne next to me, you will do this.
Ooh, a throw? Okay, yeah.
Being my boy, you'll be one of a kind. You'll be powerful. War is at your hand. The ability to smite anybody. But you must be careful, for if you let it take control, it could be the end.
Okay, well, that's cool, I guess. I don't know how to feel about this.
He says, from what I heard from Chiron, you are now grouped with Daisy. You are grouped with Akira. And you are grouped with Beckett.
Oh man, those guys are assholes. Why?
To give you a challenge, my boy, for you to learn.
Fine. I
He says,
will
now,
try to get along with them.
good boy. Now I must be going. I have a war to finish.
Coolio, broski.
And then he's, yeah.
All right. So as the ceremony finishes up, the music fades out. As you on your way out, Chiron pulls you off to the side and says, your fathers have directed me to do something, so I need you to follow me. Says, you too, Joe. He says, you too, Juno.
He's just gonna walk to the guy, cross his arms, and he's gonna say,
Don't like you still, but gotta do what Pop says, you know.
He says, all right. He leads you to a tent that is kind of back in the woods a little bit. And there's a round table in the middle with a map on it. It's a map of the city. And you see there's several red X's all over it. He says, now, Akira already knows of this. But a lad, demigod of themselves, have gone missing. Percy, the lightning thief you may have heard or may have not. He has had the lightning bolt, the one of Zeus. But upon retrieving it, or giving it back, the boy went missing and it was handed into the wrong hands of Hades. He looks right at Beckett. He says, Beckett, boy, I know it's your father, but that bolt must be retrieved before it goes wrong.
No promise. It's my dad.
He says, I'm aware, but you gotta choose the right side. You don't want to be on the wrong side of this when things go bad.
I've always been on the wrong side. No different now.
He says, Akira, Nala has woken, and she wishes a word with you.
Just gonna nod slightly, kind of keeping her head down.
So he points to the back of the tent where another flap is, and he says she's through there. She asks that it's private.
She nods silently again and heads towards the back of the tent, kind of glancing at everybody as she goes by.
As you get inside, you see Nala is now sitting up in the hospice bed. And she looks at you and smiles weakly. Akira, he told me your name. And I wish to thank you personally. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made it past the gate.
I just did what I needed to do.
She says, that boy Percy, when you find him, keep him out of trouble.
Will do my best.
She says, I must sleep now. Get back to your friends.
She'll nod slightly, with a light smile on her lips, to make her way back.
When you get back in, you see that Chiron has looked upon Daisy and said, Daisy, this map is marked specifically for a reason. Can you follow orders? He snaps his finger. Daisy! Did you hear a word I said?
I would be lying if I said yes.
He shakes his head. He says, Matt, table. You, careful. Can you look over this?
Table or map?
He says, do I need to pick somebody else?
Yes.
He looks at you and just shakes his head slowly. He says, Juno, would you like a chance to redeem yourself?
I'm doing it again.
He says, hush, Daisy. Hush, Daisy.
Juno is just going to look at the guy, and he goes,
I guess, horseman, give it to me. What do I need to do?
He says, listen. He points down to the map at the biggest X in the center of the map. He says, this is where Percy was last sawn. The top of the tallest building in the city. I would look there last, though. And he points to the 3 other X's on the map. He says, these are possible locations to where he could and couldn't be. You need to check, you and your team together need to check each of these locations.
Gotcha, boss man. Ew, don't let me say that again. Ugh.
Huh? It's alright. Now all of you, go get sleep. Training begins tomorrow. It says your tent is at the edge of camp, right outside the ceremonial center. It's marked with red. On the inside there lays 4 beds. I've grouped you together. Learn to work as a team. Everybody going to bed?
I guess I'm going to bed. And in all honesty, she's not going to. She's going to sit with her back against the pillow and sketch out the vision she saw.
So as you all lay down, you look at Daisy's bed, and you notice that she's sitting up and she's just staring at each and every one of you while you drift off to sleep.
Can
And
I
it's
say
not just a
something
regular
before-
stare. It's wide-eyed and a wide-smiled stare.
Can I say something before I drift off to sleep while she's doing that?
Yes, Juno.
Juno's gonna go,
You know what? You're a crazy psycho bitch.
and just fall asleep.
And I'm gonna go. It's so fun.
Ah!
What?
She walks up to you after you fall asleep so you don't feel it. And she just lightly touches your face and says, that's what's so fun.
Can Juno slap her while he's asleep or something?
No.
Damn.
All right, guys. This ends session 0.
What?
So, thank you all for watching the session. We are going to stay on live, though, so we can answer questions, comments, concerns, anything you'd like to know. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, post us wherever you can, bring in those followers, because 7 more followers, and we're opening up the merch shop. So, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button if you want. We'll see you next time. Peace out.